Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be message from source. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi, group 1. So what I'm getting for this group, if you've been in a place of indecision or uncertainty, I feel like you're coming out of that energy. There's something here around making a decision, and for some of you potentially as well, knowing what to do next or where to go next. I just feel for some of you as well, you could be coming out of a hermit phase or hermit mode where you are kind of in introspection or trying to gain clarity in terms of what you want to do or what you want to create. Because for some of you as well, with this Christ consciousness and Smokey Quartz, I'm getting this energy of purification and transformation. Like you've gone through this alchemy and there's this purification in your mindset, in your awareness, that now you're at the right frequency to create something. Because what I feel for this group is the next year, and again, it could be, a shorter time frame or a longer time frame, you're building wealth or you're creating something. You're going full force at a particular goal, dream, desire. But again, it's definitely for many of you linked to your finances and your career. And with Knight of Wands, it's like they're showing me someone driving and it's like they take their foot off the brake pedal and it's like they're on the accelerator and they're going full throttle at this endeavor, business. There's something that it's like I'm hearing it's time or you're ready. And with the Two of Swords and King of Swords, for some of you, you knew there was something that you wanted to do, or you knew this was your path or your endeavor, or this would be abundant for you. But there could have been, there could have been some energies that were slowing you down, or you could have been grappling with certain fears, uncertainty, self-doubt. There's something here where it's like now I'm hearing there's nothing holding you back now. Right? And for some of you, this could have just been within your own mind, right? This could have been limiting beliefs or fear. Something wasn't quite in alignment for you to create this or for you to go on this journey. And it's like, now you're ready. And I feel like it's going to have a really beautiful and beneficial outcome, not only for you, but for others. And with Knight of Wands and Seven of Cups, for some of you, you may have multiple streams of income, or you may be building multiple streams of income, because I'm getting this energy of being a self-starter or taking initiative. So for many of you, I feel like this is something that you're building from scratch, or this is something that the idea has come from within your own consciousness, within your own being. But it's like you're coming out of a stage of limbo. Because again, I feel like for many of you, you may have known about this path or endeavor, or you may have felt called or drawn to this path and endeavor. But it's like, I don't know if you were stuck in overthinking or indecision, but I feel for some, there could have been some residual fears that were kind of blocking progress. But there's something about the timing now where you're ready. Not only timing, but they keep saying alignment, that you're in perfect alignment with this outcome. And with the King of Pentacles and Six of Wands, I feel for many of you, you're headed towards a lot of success. But this is linked to something because I'm getting someone that knew from a very young age, this is my purpose, or this is what I want to do in the world. This is what I'm passionate about. And it's like now you're really going at it, or you're not. Again, I keep hearing you're not allowing fear to hold you back. Fear, uncertainty, self-doubt. It's like none of these energies just can't pull on you anymore. For some of you as well, like you may have engaged in a lot of meditation and spiritual practice, because your first oracle card, we have Know Yourself, meditate, who am I, veil is lifting, opening, because it almost feels as though you've opened yourself or you've opened your mind to this path, right? And again, we can only live a life that's as bold or as big as our consciousness. If I believe something is not possible, why would I even pursue it? So there's been a fundamental shift in how you view yourself and how you view your life, or how you navigate your life. And I feel like that's been instrumental for you either making these changes, or you now believing that you can bring it to fruition. Because for many of you, again, I keep hearing you're creating this or you've manifested this. And for some of you as well, I feel like what you're going to manifest is beyond what you can, beyond your own expectations, even though your mind is open and I feel this expansive energy around you. I feel like you're going to do more, or there's going to be like another stream of income or more opportunities that come in beyond the one that you're focused on, perhaps. There's definite expansion energy. But again, it's like you're ready to go. I feel like any fears, hesitation, self-doubt, it's either it doesn't exist anymore or it no longer pulls on you. It no longer affects your perception. Yeah, for this group, I feel like you may have had to go through many spiritual awakenings or initiations to be able to step into this phase. Again, Spirit is saying you had to really raise your frequency, maybe a lot of purification. For some of you, I feel like you've had to shed as well, a lot of distractions. These could be vices or addictions. And again, addictions don't have to be extreme. They can be like addictions to social media or, I don't know, eating sugary food or whatever it may be, right? Caffeine. There could have been things that were clouding your perception, your consciousness, or just weren't serving your lifestyle. Because I'm getting, over the next year, you're going to be in this very disciplined energy or very driven and clear-minded, but very focused. It's almost like I keep hearing that Shawn Mendes song, There's Nothing Holding Me Back. And it's like you're going full throttle at your dream or vision. And I feel like you weren't in a consciousness previously, or you weren't in the right frequency to be able to do this. And for some of you, what you've been purifying is not necessarily a vice or a habit, although for some of you, I do feel that could be the case, but it was, energies you were holding within yourself, right? Energies of the past experiences, memories, thoughts that will keep holding you or binding you to a lower level of consciousness, and you've transmuted that energy. Also, the more deeply you get to know yourself, even if this is through meditation, journaling, therapy, the more clearly you know what is meant for you. There's something I keep seeing like a clear, like razor-like focus where you cannot be distracted, deterred, like a steely determination, right? And that's what's going to see you through to the top of that mountain or to this success. Yeah, divine feminine as well. Receive your birthright unconditional love. With Two of Swords, if you felt like you're in a waiting period or a holding period, it could have been because you were trying to receive downloads or more clarity from spirit, from the divine, in regards to how to take action or what to do next. And I feel like you're coming out of that energy now. It's like you have the vision, I'm hearing like the business plan from spirit. Some of what you're creating for this group could be divinely inspired or divinely guided, right? That you got a lot of these downloads or energies from spirit, and that's what's been leading you on this path. But I just feel like you're ready. And it doesn't, I just heard as well, it doesn't matter what anyone says. So I feel like, again, you can't be deterred, or it's like you're taking the reins in your own life. And you're not allowing other people's negative judgments or emotions or, whether it be like naysayers, they're not really throwing you off. And I don't feel like anything is going to deter you from this path and from this direction. You also had here oneness with the King of Swords, balance, patience, divine masculine. Yeah, you've also perfectly balanced the divine feminine and divine masculine. But I feel for this group, you may be coming out of a time of, how do I say, like receptive energy, right? Not to say you're not receptive now, but there's an energy of meditation, being open, receiving downloads, maybe things moving quite slow in your physical reality. And now I feel like you're coming into a time where you're really taking action. You're still, you're still balanced with this divine feminine energy, but there's definitely this energy of building, building something from scratch, creating, taking initiative. But I feel like this journey has required a lot of patience from you. And I feel like you've had to balance your feminine and masculine energies within yourself so that you can take action and you can move in this direction. You also have magical realms, belief, confidence, co-creative power with this Six of Swords. Yeah, it's like you have that belief, right? You have that confidence. You are co-creating it. And I feel like before you may have been lacking in that area. There may have been a part of you that felt that you couldn't bring this into fruition, or I don't know, like some sort of self-doubt, right? And it's like now you've let go of that, you've healed that energy, and you are bringing it into full form. The other card you had was resurrection, commitment, purification, devotion. I always find it funny when we see purification with this smoky quartz. But yeah, again, I feel like you've done a lot of work on self and you've purified, again, your life, your mind, your consciousness, your emotional body, so that nothing can trip you up now, because it's like you've removed all the triggers, right, that were within yourself. You removed limiting beliefs or self-doubt. I also feel like you could have been developing or cultivating a business idea, a business plan, or certain skills that you're going to now use at creating, this new path. This could be like a new career, a new business endeavor, a project. It's definitely linked to career and finance. But with commitment and devotion, I already said there's something about the strength of your will and your mindset where you're locked in on this. And I feel it's like someone that won't take no for an answer, right? That they know this is their path. They know this is what they want to create, and they're going full force in this direction at this pursuit so they can bring it into form. You also have Crystal Dragon, sound and color, new healing modalities, rainbow rays, solfeggio frequencies. Yeah, for some of you, you could be pioneering something with this new healing modality. There could be something that Spirit has given you divine inspiration for, that you're here to bring into the physical. But it doesn't have to be a new healing modality, but I'm hearing it's something that changes people's lives or the way they live, right? Their mindset. You are a pioneer, and there's something innovative about what you're creating. Even if we're taking, for example, a writer, this could be like a book that kind of breaks the mold, that doesn't really fit as clearly into a specific genre, or your skill or your talent is unusual. There's something unique about how you express yourself. And again, it doesn't have to be that, but there's something very innovative or out of the box, out of the mold. And part of why you could have struggled with self-doubt as well is maybe what you're doing doesn't look like anything you've seen previously, right? Or maybe the way you express yourself or who you are seems fundamentally different to those, you've witnessed previously who you look up to. You have purification again, with King of Pentacles. So again, if you had any limiting beliefs around finances or financial stability and your ability to create and attract financial abundance, I feel like you've let go of those limits as well and purified that from your consciousness, because I feel like the changes you've made internally are really going to be changing your point of attraction and just the amount of wealth you can accumulate. Because for many of you, I do feel like you're going to become very abundant from this, or you're going to attract a lot of financial freedom and abundance. Okay, here we also have adventures. Yeah, okay. So with this card as well, I feel like adventures and Six of Wands, it's like you're ready to create something new. And I feel like you're creating a different outcome for yourself, especially if you felt in the past that you couldn't attract like the desired goal or outcome. It's like you're writing a new story for yourself, or a new ending, right? Where you have victory, you have success. But I'm hearing you had to write it in your subconscious mind first before it could appear physically and materially. You have beyond limitations. Today I exceed my own expectations. I open my consciousness to the infinite. There are no limitations. There is no end. Everything is unfolding in a continuous now. Therefore, I open my thoughts towards a broader horizon. I look beyond my perception of reality, beyond all barriers created from my own beliefs and fears, and I am now open to new possibilities. This is exactly what you've done, right? And it's opened up this new portal or this new path for you where there is a lot of abundance, there is a lot of success. And then we also have trusting. Today, I trust in God. No matter what happens as my day unfolds, I will remember to remain in harmony. I will maintain my sense of humor, and I will keep my focus on God's love for me. In these ways, I will minimize drama and increase my inner spiritual strength. Yeah. But I feel like this process, it could have taken you some time to clear out these limitations or the things that kind of bound you, right? Or left you feeling as though you couldn't do or create something. I feel like you've taken the time to really heal that and release limiting beliefs. And now I'm hearing there's infinite possibilities for you. And even then, today I exceed my own expectations. Spirit keeps saying that the outcome coming towards you is going to be well beyond what you envisioned or what you even conceived is possible. So there may be, again, additional opportunities, more streams of income than what you can currently perceive. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group two. So, your message from Source, I just heard like, why did I have to go through so many difficulties? Or why have there been so many challenges on my path? And I feel like you had to go through this so that you could help to lead and guide people out of the darkness with this hermit energy. It's like you had to learn or master self, self love, healing, personal growth to be able to bring this to others, right? Because when we think about, I'm thinking of someone that writes a book, right? A healer, or someone that, writes a book or speaks wisdom out into the world, whether that's on social media or doing one on one sessions. It's not just the words that they've written or are expressing that's healing the person, right? It's their frequency. There's something about your energetic signature having been through and lived through certain experiences that holds, it's potent is what I want to say. Like it holds like this portal or doorway for others to transform. Also, by sharing your story and your wisdom, you give people hope that it's not the end for them. So for some of you with master healing, for this group, you're definitely, and you have master number 33 with the Hierophant and the star, like you're definitely, even if you don't intend to be one, you're a spiritual teacher. People look to you for inspiration, guidance, wisdom. I feel like you help open them up to those higher realms, right? And again, you may not want to pursue that in the sense of a career or a physical pursuit, but you operate in this manner even when you're not trying, is what I feel. But it's like, this energy helps, there's something about the frequency and vibration that you hold that helps people transform, especially aspects of themselves that they've really grappled with, that have been painful or difficult. I just feel like you help them see with fresh eyes, but also see themselves from a higher perspective, from a higher level of consciousness. And with the Hermit and the Three of Cups, I'm hearing a reluctant leader. You may be someone that kind of likes your alone time, solitude, or spends a lot of time, I don't want to say in hiding, but in like in your kind of cave, your cocoon. But there's a sense here that I'm seeing like Jesus or some sort of, spiritual sage over the years, and they have like the disciples or the followers, people that innately follow their teachings or follow their message or want to be close to them. That's what I'm getting for you. And again, some of you may be, a guru, a guide, a sage, a spiritual teacher, a healer of sorts. You're definitely a starseed. Your energy is vastly different to those around you. And I feel like people know that, right? Some of you may actually be a master number. I'm getting like life path 7, 9, 5, 11, 22, 33. But I just get in general, there's such a profound energy to you, but I feel like you've had to cultivate this alone, right? And part of why you may be a little bit more comfortable in solitude is because that's what you've known. You may have felt isolated at points in this life or felt as though you couldn't connect with others as clearly. But again, the amount of wisdom and depth that you carry in your soul is just next level. Especially with this Lapis Lazuli, you have ties to ancient Egypt, I feel. Atlantis. There's just this sense that you have such a repertoire of wisdom and so much depth that being or functioning in this world may feel kind of difficult or confusing at times, right? Like the wisdom, and again, your energy or the wisdom that you're sharing could be a welcome relief to those who are weary of the world or old ways of doing things. And Spirit is saying as well, don't underestimate how much you have that you can share with others, because for some of you, you may be kind of on this solitary journey, or you may not be as you may not be wanting to open up as much, or you may be apprehensive about whether this is bringing your healing to others or sharing your knowledge or wisdom with a wider audience. But it's like there's people that really need or want this wisdom in their life and really want to or connect with your energy, because I'm hearing even walking past you for some people could be life changing just from that energetic exchange. And I'm hearing don't underestimate the power of not only your wisdom but your energy. Before you even speak, you're having this ripple effect on others. Yeah, with Two of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Five of Swords, the Tower. Again, I feel like you may have had walk through a lot of darkness, or it may have felt like life was just coming at you. And you're wondering, like, I feel like, I'm a good person, I'm a loving soul. Why do I keep attracting this? I just feel like when you have this level of self-mastery already, essentially, I think you're an ancient soul, and the challenges to challenge you are a lot steeper than someone that's starting out their journeys in regards to their incarnation. So I feel like for you, there could have been a lot steeper challenges, and it also forced you inward, right? You may not have had a lot of support or people that really understood you, which then increased your spiritual study. It could have led you to a spiritual practice, which then turns you into this Hierophant and this master. Because I heard any master has to first master themselves. And I feel like that was the journey or the voyage that you were on. So I have Fire of Transformation, Radical Purification, Violet Flame, Surrendering, Resurrection. Yeah, and it's funny you have Resurrection with this Tower energy as well. So again, I feel like you've already been through the fire many times. And with this Phoenix energy, there's something about your story and your own personal transformation or your spiritual path that inspires others to take their own journey, or it inspires others that they can come through hardship and difficulty or have their heart broken many, many times and be stronger for it, become more loving rather than, becoming, for example, when our heart is wounded or broken, we can become bitter or cold, or we can nurture energy and vibrations that are somewhat negative, right? But it's like with you, it's like you become better for it and from it. And I feel like people can use that as inspiration. You also have here nurture. Look, you have Master number 11 and Master number 33. Self-healing, Ruby Ray, birthing the new earth. Yeah, I feel like your wisdom or what you have to share with others is personal alchemy, transformation, right? How to heal self, how to transform from things that wound you. Also, how to walk your own path, even if it means doing so in solitude. I feel like a lot of what you gain in life or what you enjoy comes from within yourself. Like you may be someone that doesn't need a lot of external, stimulation or entertainment. So I'm thinking this could be someone, for example, that doesn't watch a lot of television or doesn't really go on social media. You may be someone that spends a lot of time, cultivating your own imagination or, deep diving in regards to journaling, meditation, really exploring your inner realm. Yes, I just heard unlocking portals of energy within yourself. Some of you have really mastered a particular gift, whether it's writing, it could be written or communication based, but it could also be a spiritual practice. Because I feel for many of you, you're very advanced when it comes to, spirituality, even healing. You may have really advanced healing abilities as well. And the thing is, even if you don't announce this to other people, they can feel it, right? They can feel in your energy that there's something more to you, or there's something profound around, your energy field and how you share that. You also have reflective truth, identity, self-love, acceptance. Yeah. You may have had difficulty with self-love and self-acceptance, but I'm hearing primarily because other people around you didn't accept you because you're so different. And with this butterfly and this transformation, it's like taking the pain of what has happened or taking the judgments of others and transforming it into beauty, transforming that pain into wisdom. Yeah, with this identity and self-love, I also feel like you're showing people how to shift and transform their perception, how to go from vibrations, for example, of, not liking yourself or judging yourself, or even, some of the denser vibrations of like self-hatred, and transmuting it into love. There's a level of alchemy here. You also have here destiny. divine purpose, passion, service. Yeah, I think you also inspire others to find their purpose, to find their talents and gifts. I feel like you may be someone who lives a life that's very committed to your purpose and to service. You may spend the majority, again, I'm seeing someone that may not spend a lot of time like socializing or focus on entertainment or shopping or buying. Like you may be someone that spends a lot of time either in meditation or creating something like writing a book or perfecting a healing ability, bringing out a workshop or course for others. There's something here where you direct and use your energy in a way that you're very productive, essentially. Like you're very laser focused on what really matters. And people may see that as not only inspiring, but it may also lead or guide them to focus on their own path and what feels aligned for them. You also have here creativity, self-expression, life is your canvas with the Hermit. Yeah. I feel like as well you have this knowing and this understanding that you're writing the script, right? You're determining what you're creating, what you're doing, what you bring out into the world. And again, there's something about your self-expression or the wisdom, like with that Hermit, when you come out of that, when you come out of your cave or your sanctuary or your study and you actually share or connect, it moves people to such a degree. Like you may be taken aback, especially if you've had these experiences of being misunderstood or operating in solitude. You may be really taken aback at people's reaction to you when you bring this energy out into the world, because it's so potent, it's so needed, it's so powerful, but it's not like anything they've felt or experienced before. You also have Heal the Healer. Soul's Truth, Atlantis, Emerald Tablets. Again, we have this connection to ancient civilizations. But with Heal the Healer, you have Master Healing and you have the Hierophant and the Star. But again, the confirmation, in order, you had to heal the healer and heal yourself to be able to fulfill this mission. Because if I've never been wounded, why would I study healing? Why would I be searching for, a greater purpose, a greater meaning? Generally speaking, people enter a spiritual path or, start really deep diving and questioning life and their reality when they're suffering or when they're having experiences that are uncomfortable. And I feel like that's what's put you directly in alignment with your purpose and what you're here to do and create. You also have relaxation here with the Hierophant. Again, books could be significant. You may have done a lot of reading, a lot of writing. Again, I feel like some of you have a talent for self-expression or communication, or there's something that you're creating or you will create that's very profound. But you may, again, I see someone that spends a lot of time in their own mind, in their own consciousness, like engaged in meditation. You may like to walk in nature, read, write, reflect. And you may be your love of solitude could make it difficult to step into this role of like spiritual leader or guide. Because I'm seeing you as almost like the lighthouse, right? Where you've healed yourself and you're emitting this beautiful light and frequency that can help to heal and guide others in regards to their path and their journey. The other card, you literally have solitude with the star. Again, I feel like with that star, you're definitely a star seed. You're definitely an ancient soul. You could feel very, 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 very different to people or energies around you. But it's almost like that is your superpower. And that is why your energy has such a potent and powerful effect with others, because it's like you carry these light codes and these frequencies from other dimensions and higher realms. And it's almost like through interacting with you, they get a taste of heaven, or they get a taste of this higher consciousness that for some of them, especially those who are atheists or don't even believe in these types of things, it may be otherworldly or they've just never experienced anything like it. But I feel like you constantly exist in these higher realms, or you're constantly in communion with the divine, with God, and you can access these truths or this wisdom. We also have I welcome. I welcome life as it presents itself to me. Today I take each step on my path to fulfillment with good faith. I swim easily with the flow of life. I embrace all experiences the universe bestows on me, even those that may prove challenging. I know all will fall into place for my greater good. And I feel like that's what you've done. You've had a lot of difficulties or challenges, but I feel like you do overall keep your focus on the higher path, on your destiny, on your purpose. And that's what Spirit and Source is saying was the whole point, right? Was to lead you into your highest expression. And I don't believe you need to suffer to awaken, but when we are fully asleep, oftentimes there can be challenges that shake us awake, right? When things are going perfectly in the physical world, why would you be inclined to go within? You would probably stay fixated on the external. There's something here as well where you help awaken or direct people toward their inner sanctuary, to their inner state of consciousness, and the understanding that healing always occurs internally. You're never healing the outside, the illusory world. You're always healing internally, and then it's reflected back to you. Right? You're with reflective truth. The world is a mirror. And that could be a key teaching that you bring to others. I connect with heaven. Today I turn inwards and connect with the heaven within. From this place of peace, I can see that a situation I have resented is actually an ideal opportunity to work on my inner self. I understand that such experiences are necessary for my growth. Thus, I accept such situations and now live each day in serenity. The synchronicities in this reading are insane. Like, this card pretty much summarizes what I was feeling before. With this, I turn inwards and connect with the heaven within. I feel like you're constantly connecting with these higher realms. But it's like, I feel like Source is trying to bring you peace of mind, and there could be a particular situation that really left a scar or was very painful, and Spirit is helping you see the purpose behind it, right? In terms of your inner growth. Okay, so that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I agree at 3. I keep hearing as your message from Source to go with the flow, especially with this initiation by water. I feel like life is carrying you or bringing you to something beautiful, right? I also feel like you're coming out of a time. I keep looking at this Eight of Pentacles, and I'm hearing, like, if in the past you felt you had to struggle for things, like it was a challenge to, create change, or it was a challenge, especially in your relationship sector. I keep getting it linked to connection. If you felt like you had, all relationships were very difficult or karmic or challenging, or you had to try to, you were putting in a lot of the energy or effort. I feel like something's changing here where it's like Spirit is carrying you to a beautiful opportunity, but it's like you're leaving this energy of Eight of Pentacles doesn't have to be an energy of force per se, but like very hard work, right? It's hard to make my relationships work, or I'm having difficulty, creating a great outcome in my life or in my connections. And it's like Spirit is helping to bring you, there's something about like the right opportunity, the right person. It's like things are aligning for you, but because of the past and struggles you've had in the past, you may not be trusting that. Right? Because with the Seven of Wands, I heard as well, don't block your own blessing or blessings, because there's a sense here of, with Seven of Wands, almost being on defense because of what's happened in the past or what you've ended in the past. And with that Hangman, it could feel as though, I don't know, things are stagnant, or you may be looking on the surface and it's almost as though nothing's happening, or you feel like you're not going somewhere, but really there's a blessing right around the corner for you. And I feel like this is a big blessing. For some of you, it's in more than one area, but it hasn't yet. Right now, you may be in this hangman position where you can't see it yet. You're not sure how it's going to, come into fruition or how it's going to find you. But Spirit is saying, like, to hold the faith, keep focused on your path and your journey and what feels aligned for you. And I just heard as well, don't lose hope. Now, again, with this initiation by water, it's like you've reached a level of peace within self, right? And especially if in the past you felt like you were very conflicted, or you had connections that were conflicted, karmic, there was a lack of harmony, I feel like that's what's changing for you. Now, for some of you, you've done a lot of inner work, or you've done a lot of emotional healing. So your emotions, I just keep seeing like your emotions have been smoothed, or they're, free flowing, right? Like very emotionally balanced, at peace. There's a tranquility. But I keep hearing for you, the past isn't going to repeat itself. And I feel this is especially true for connection. And I'm also hearing that source may be asking you to hold patience because things are flowing and coming into alignment at the perfect timing. There's a really strong energy for you of patience and trust, right? Trusting in divine timing, not trying to push the timeline is what I just heard, because the way things are coming together, it's like perfectly aligned for you. I keep hearing it's like the perfect opportunity for you. I just heard handpicked by heaven or handpicked by God. There's something here around, and again, for some of you, I do feel this is in regards to connection and relationship, but for others of you, there could be an opportunity in regards to career as well. For some of you, I feel like it's multiple areas of your life, but it's like it's something that's so perfectly aligned. Even if you tried to imagine or think up what you would want in regards to like the ideal partner, or this could be the ideal career path, you could never have fathomed to create this. That's what I'm getting. There's something so beautiful coming in, and I'm hearing it's going to restore your faith, but I'm hearing there's a need to keep your heart open and still have that faith alive. Yeah, I keep hearing the past won't repeat itself. With that Seven of Wands and Page of Swords, again, I feel like you've learned a lot of discernment from past experiences, which is positive. But with that Eight of Cups, it's like, and you may have had to literally walk away from, many people or a specific situation or connection. But I feel like now things are going to feel, I don't want to say easy per se, but that's what I'm getting, where it flows more effortlessly, or things come together in a way that feel organic, and you're not feeling like this as much resistance, especially if in the past it felt like it was, unhealthy situations, or you kept hitting like a roadblock and karmic challenge after karmic challenge. The way your life flows from this point onward is going to feel as though, again, I'm hearing you're carried by source, or you're carried by God, by the divine. With the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups, again, your focus may be moving as well for some of you, or transitioning from a lot of focus. You may put a lot of effort towards your career with the Eight of Pentacles, or working on something. And now you're coming into this King of Cups energy where you may be more focused on emotional receptivity, or give and take, or your relationship sector. So that's the other shift that could be coming in for you. And I feel like if you're resonating with this message around meeting the right person or the right people, this especially applies, because it's like they keep saying, make sure your heart is open or receptive. And again, you can still use your discernment in terms of who you want to allow into your life, or what feels, right for you. But it's like, I feel there may be someone that comes in that really that you're wanting to dedicate more energy to, and really sparks your heart again, where you feel open and receptive. We have exiled, illusion of separation, disconnect, isolation. Yeah, with this Seven of Wands, I feel like you've had to be on guard, or you may have had to close the door on a lot of people with this Eight of Cups beneath it, where you've had to literally walk away from, again, I keep hearing karmic connection, toxic connections, vibrations that weren't serving your highest good. And I'm noticing we have 14-5, we have 23-5. You may be seeing 55 or 555, but there may have been a lot of shifts and turns and changes or shakeups for you. And I feel like you're coming out of that time. But part of you could have still a lot of defenses up when it comes to opening the door to others, or opening your heart to others, is what I heard. And again, that's not always bad in terms of like having, strong boundaries and discernment, which is one of the lessons I feel like you've learned. But I feel like Source is just giving you a heads up, or just preparing you for potentially someone or connections that are very loving, or are worthy of you. But again, you need to use your discernment and do what feels right for you. I just feel like you're entering an era that's a lot softer. It's like life is being more gentle with you, right? You may be moving to a more kind of soft or gentle life where, if there's been a lot of chaos, a lot of karmic energies, a lot of challenges previously, now things are slowing down. You can find your footing, you feel safe. There's a sense of home as well here, home and companionship. You have emergence, creation, resurrection, magician. Yes, I feel like as well with resurrection and emergence, if some of you have, been through some karmic challenges or been through some difficulties, you may be in this position of being ready to go back out there, right? Or to connect more or to start creating, to start really living again, especially if some of you resonate with having like something that there was an experience that really hurt your heart space, right? Where your heart had to temporarily close while you were healing and while you were kind of doing that inner work, and now you're ready to come back out or you're ready to connect again. There's something here around like being ready for the new, but in the best of ways. But I keep getting this reassurance that the past is not going to play out again, because there could be some fear that if I do this, am I going to end up back in this position? And I feel like Spirit is affirming or reassuring you that that's not the case and that you can trust this shift or trust this transition. And you also have here the void. Ego shattering, soul fragments, emptying. Again, I feel like you've been through a lot of ego deaths or challenges. This can also be as well, like with Eight of Cups and emptying, you've had to walk away or let go of a lot to get here, right? Shed a lot of old skin. You may have had to really let go of the past or let go of what has been. There's a strong energy of maybe even feeling a little bit safer in solitude at this point. We have diamond light body, high frequency activations, planetary grid work. I'm hearing as well through certain challenges or karmic relationships, experiences, your vibration has elevated, right? You're in a very different frequency now, and that's what's having a big effect in terms of what you attract and what you create. I feel like it's time, and I'm hearing as well, it's time for joy, creation, love, self-expression. I'm hearing as well, there's no sense here of you holding yourself back from life. We have Rainbow Child, unstoppable, new earth builder, multi-talented, miraculous alchemy. Again, for some of you, it could have been that you were just more focused on your own pursuits, right? On your own career, your passions, hobbies, endeavors. And it's like now there's this pull towards connection or deepening connection. I also feel like you've gone through a lot with miraculous alchemy. You've done a lot of alchemy or transformation in regards to self, and now you literally have 555. So your life is about to change drastically, or there's a big opportunity or surprise around the corner, but in the best of ways. This isn't like a scary or negative surprise. I feel like there's a blessing here. And you also had expression. Authentic expression, words of powerful truth. I also feel like you're showing up in this energy of raw authenticity, and you're attracting in your tribe, right? Or those individuals or a individual that really sees you for who you truly are and connects with you on that level. And Spirit is saying the only way we can attract like a true partner, life partner, or those who really get us is for us to be willing or brave enough to express that side of self, right? Or to express all those aspects of ourselves. Yeah, we have delight with Two of Cups. I feel like you're going to be very happy and very surprised by what's around the corner. Even if right now you're feeling a little apprehensive or you're not sure like how things are going to come together, I feel like Spirit has like a blessing or a trick up its sleeve that's going to feel like a blessing. Yeah, opportunity. Again, with Four of Wands, there's an opportunity around the corner that is going to really bless and surprise you. Or it's going to exceed as well your expectations, especially if you've had, negative experiences in the past, or you're carrying negative ideas or ideals around what is possible for you. That's shifting and changing. But I see blessings here around, career or anything to do with self-expression, communication, emotions, and also around connecting with others, right? Community, relationships. We have step by step. Today I practice patience. I allow time to fulfill my goals. I understand the wisdom in letting go of control. I know that the true value of each situation lies in its creation rather than in its end result. Therefore, I allow my life to unfold step by step, inhabiting each moment to the fullest, knowing that my soul is forever rising higher and higher to embrace the light. Again, confirmation your frequency has risen drastically. So the point of attraction and the type of people and opportunities you attract in are going to be far more high vibrational, and you can trust in that. And again, this could be something that you may have thought was not possible or given up on in terms of this patience. And it's like Spirit is saying, just keep the heart open, right? Hold the faith. A gift from life. Each day life offers me abundant proof that the universe loves me. Every day, God sends angels to help me. Today, I will receive an angelic message. It may come from someone with whom I speak or from words that I read. I will listen closely as this message is a divine gift meant to help me make my way in love and maintain my spiritual strength. Again, God and Source has a gift, has an opportunity, a blessing for you. It may come in the form of a message, right? It may come from someone messaging you, contacting you, emailing you. I'm just getting that energy. But again, I keep hearing you're going to receive a blessing and a gift from God. And for some of you, it's more than one, but I definitely feel like there's one big blessing or opportunity that's just around the corner. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. So your message from Source, I feel like you're coming into there's an ending here and a new beginning, right? The ending of a cycle, the ending of a chapter, and now it's like you're starting anew or there's a fresh beginning, I feel, for you. Because with Beam of Light, I keep looking at this stream of water or this waterfall, and it's like it's cleansing and clearing. For some of you, it's clearing something that you may have had a lot of difficulty letting go of, right? Or there could have been something in this past cycle that you had trouble surrendering or surrendering into, but it's like you're on a new path, a new voyage, or you're starting something new. Yeah, like there's going to be a big change in your life circumstance. Like I'm seeing someone doing a 180, or there's a complete turnaround or transformation, or with Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, you could be called to do something brand new, right? Start a new career, start a new business, move, relocate somewhere, or move to a new location or city. There's something here where I feel like even travel with this Chariot, but there's a lot of movement in the air. And I feel for some of you, this could have been something you wanted to do for some time, but with the Nine of Swords, I'm getting there was this period of either overthinking or needing to take time to heal first before making the move or taking that leap of faith. Yeah, but with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups, you have 10-10. So again, closing out a big cycle, you may be seeing that number, but I'm getting it's like what you're starting now looks nothing like where you've been previously. I just feel like there's something really drastic and it's coming, or you're allowing this into your life because I feel like I just heard you finally let go of someone or something. There's a sense here that there may have been something that weighed very heavily on you or took you some time to let go of. It could even be fear for some of you. Like with that Nine of Swords, some of you, it could have just been the presence of fear that was making it challenging to take this leap. But it's like there's no fear left, or you've transmuted the fear to a level where now you're, moving full force into the future, into the new. I just feel like you may be making really big sweeping changes, full stop, because I feel like for some of you, if you felt like you were held in place for a period of time, again, it was the mind. It was your mind that was holding you there. And there's something here where I feel like you've let go of that pull or that influence of your mind and you're fully jumping into the new, right? Or you're fully allowing yourself to explore this new pathway, this new endeavor, this new direction. For some of you as well, what you finally let go of could have been overthinking with the Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Do you know when intuitively we sense something is for us, but we don't know the outcome? For some of you, you've surrendered the need to know or have all the details before taking action, I feel. And again, I'm not talking about, making reckless decisions. You still need to use your discernment and, make good choices. But there's a sense here of when something really intuitively feels aligned or guided for you, it's like you're not allowing fear or overthinking to hold you back from your opportunity or to hold you back from what feels truly aligned. Especially with Nine of Swords and Temperance. For some of you, you may have been using subliminals, affirmations, or done a lot of work on healing the mind and healing your beliefs. Because I feel like now, in the past, you may have felt certain things weren't possible for you, whereas now you know that you can achieve that, or you know that you can attain something. And it's funny, I just noticed as well, we have 7, 8, 9, 10. right? Like stepping stones. I just keep hearing, and then I just looked down and I saw 11. But it's like you're taking the steps. And I feel for some of you, you've known this is some, like you wanted to have a new beginning for some time. And I keep feeling for some of you, it's in more than one way. Like you may relocate and get a new job, or I don't know, you may travel and then start a new business or endeavor, or start something and then be a digital nomad. There's something here where there's a lot of changes coming in for you. It's like you've completed the cycle of, I just heard, fear restricting you or remaining in, where you felt it was safe. It's like for you now, security comes from within self and your own soul, not, grasping at, certain conditions in the physical world that may be familiar. Your definition of security or how safe you feel has changed. And again, that doesn't, diminish the need to have certain, material resources to feel balanced and secure, but it's like you're feeling, and this can also be the energy of, when we don't have a lot of savings and then we save up some money, so we feel a lot more secure, that we can make choices that feel aligned with us. There's something here where I feel like you're feeling a lot more secure within yourself, both potentially mentally, but materially. You feel more comfortable in the world. And I also think your view of life and purpose and alignment has changed. Yeah, so we have universe with Metatron, wholeness, commune with all life, micro, macrocosm. Yeah, and I feel like there's a sense of building yourself up and feeling confident, right? Or feeling as though you can create what you want, or you can have the life that you desire and deserve. And I keep hearing for many of you, this is something that you've been drawn to for some time. I don't feel like this is just a brand new idea out of the blue. This could be something that you've wanted to do or wanted to create or wanted to venture toward for some time. It's just like now you're doing it. You also had travel. So again, very strong energy around travel or potential relocation or taking a trip. We have inner and outer journeys, believe in yourself, big shifts. Again, your confidence as well is next level and it's sitting above Nine of Swords because I feel like you've come out of overthinking, right? Or any fearful thoughts or beliefs you once held, you've transmuted them. So things that once felt scary, I feel like it doesn't feel scary for you anymore. And even with that dragon energy, it's like the world is my oyster, right? Like I'm ready to move ahead, really create, explore, have a new beginning. I just feel like change. And you may be realizing like the only constant in life is change. And that's what I was trying to get at before. In the past, you may have linked security to familiarity or not changing, right? Status quo, remaining in the same circumstances or in comfortable circumstance. Whereas now that no longer is linked with security. You may have done a lot of work on your root chakra. We have vitality, stability, and survival, fearful, above temperance. And that could have been this healing or feeling more secure within self. You also have master number 11 and master number 33. Yeah, but I feel like you're feeling a lot more grounded. You feel it's like you may be taking a risk, or there may be some changes that are coming in here, but they don't feel risky to you anymore. But I feel like at one point they may have. There's just this sense, and for some of you, with stability and survival, you may have built up your finances or your savings or your a stream of income or your streams of income where you're feeling a bit more grounded to take certain actions or move in a certain direction. Yeah, so above the Chariot, we have exploration, boldness, unknown, limitless. Yeah, it's like you're charging headfirst into the unknown. For some of you, again, you could be moving somewhere that you've never been before, that you've always wanted to go, or traveling or taking a trip. There's something here around being very open to the new. It's like the realization that if I do the same thing I've always done, I'm going to have the same results or the same life. And it's like really expanding your boundaries or expanding what you feel is possible for you so that you can bring in new circumstance or new endeavor. You have communication, exploring new states of consciousness, untapped potential, sitting on the Ace of Wands. But see how many times we have new? Because I keep getting this energy of like boldness, unknown, and then we have new again. I feel like you may start a new life, right? The message from Source is you're exploring a new consciousness, you have a new mindset, your relationship to yourself is renewed. Even your relationship potentially to money and the external world, your perception of it has completely shifted, and it's opening up with untapped potential, new pathways and new doorways that you wouldn't have thought was possible previously. You also have make a wish. Clearing comparisons, surrender to magic. With the Ace of Pentacles, I'm hearing again, what's helped you embrace the unknown or the new is no longer feeling like you need to know the outcome before you step forward, right? Like feeling like you need to know every single step, or feeling, I'm hearing like addiction to certainty. There's something here where you've broken that. And again, sometimes we may, want general guidance of, yep, like I feel like this could be a beneficial direction to move, but there's something here around not waiting until you're 100% sure of the outcome to take action, because the reality is we're never 100% sure, right? We can use our discernment, we can use our intuition, but at the same time, we still have to act when we feel it's right. Once we've considered it thoroughly, there comes a point where we need to no longer think about it and start acting, or, take that leap. And with make a wish, again, I feel like there's a dream or an idea that you've had for some time, right? And again, it could be a desire to travel, right? Or it could be a desire to relocate or do something different. And I feel like now you're just doing it. Yeah, I'm hearing, what's it saying? Like to hell or high water. It's like just going ahead, right? And again, I'm not advocating, making reckless choices. But I don't feel this is. I feel like there's something intuitively you have been drawn to. For some of you, maybe even all your life, or this has been a long-standing wish or dream of yours. And it's like Spirit is saying you can do it, right? And you've had to build up your courage, your confidence, your root chakra, maybe even your finances to kind of undertake this. But it's like now you're ready, but it's changing how you live, or it changes your worldview. It makes me think of someone that travels or takes a trip and they come back a completely different person. Like their values are different, what they've learned and experienced in different cultures, or perhaps you travel, right? And then you have this epiphany for a great business idea or a book. It makes me think of that book, Eat, Pray, Love. I don't know, that book may resonate with you, but even you may want to like learn about her story. That could be significant, but there's something here around really coming to life and living fully. But then there's this beautiful flow-on effect and synchronicities that come from that. You also have change with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, change is coming. And especially if change was something that frightened you previously, I don't see that for you anymore. It's like you're getting excited by new, right? By the transformation, or by new experiences, meeting new people, having new circumstances around you. Yeah, look, you literally have voyage as well as travel. That Ten of Cups. It could also be with Ten of Cups beneath voyage. It's like finding your home, right? Finding your home, finding your people. For some of you, you all finding like this could be like taking a trip and finding the perfect connection. I think that's part of the story of Eat, Pray, Love, isn't it? Something about that. When I say perfect connection, no connections are perfect, but I mean perfect for you, right? Aligned for you. But there's something here around taking this leap of faith or following your intuition. There's this flow and effect of other beautiful circumstances that come into your life from this. And again, it doesn't have to literally be travel. It could be taking a new career path, or it could be, taking a new job opportunity. It could be like changing apartments. There's some sort of change here, changing homes. There's just big shifts for you in general. And I feel like it could be in many areas of your life. But fundamentally, you're changing how you approach life and how comfortable you feel with the new. So you have discovery. Today, I release my old beliefs, convictions, and preconceived notions. In their place, I seek new ideas, innovation, and endless possibilities. I'm adaptable. I'm able to see beyond my previous limitations and discover greater worlds inside me. That's exactly what you're doing, right? Is shedding, with that Nine of Swords, shedding old beliefs, old ways of doing things, old limits, right? The glass ceiling you've broken through, and now you're here in this adaptable. That's what I feel like. You may have been someone who resonated with being, I don't know, maybe like a little set in your ways or set in a routine of sorts. And it's like now you're breaking free, and the way you're moving may look nothing like who you were a year ago. I reap what I sow. Today, I remember that all I think and all I do will come back to me in some way. I understand that I reap the fruits of what I sow and fill my life with thoughts and deeds of abundance, light, and love. I sow those seeds knowing I will harvest the greatest of riches. Yeah, you've completely changed your mind and your mindset, which is where all change originates, right? And derives. And it's like it's opening up all these new pathways. But I feel like you've had the courage, or you had to have the courage to be willing to change, right? Or to step outside your comfort zone, step outside what you have known previously to make room for some of these changes in your physical reality. And it's like now these things are occurring, or now you have room or space in your life for these changes. Spirit is kind of ushering in, I feel, a lot of a transformation, but blessings as well. And again, this isn't just the courage to and changing one area of your life. It's like you have the courage to take a leap of faith, but then I think multiple other factors fall into place, or there could be more than one new experience or new outcome in multiple areas of your life. And that's what Spirit is helping you to kind of navigate right now. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.